The story of Bitcoin begins with a mystery. In late 2008, a person or group using the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto published a 9-page white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. This document was shared with a small list of cryptographers and computer scientists. It outlined a brilliant solution to a problem that had plagued computer science for decades: how to create a digital currency that could be sent directly from one person to another without needing a bank or any other trusted intermediary. The idea was not just theoretical, it was a practical blueprint for a new form of money, one that was purely digital and entirely controlled by its users. The world had never seen anything quite like it. On January 3rd, 2009, this blueprint sprang to life. Satoshi Nakamoto mined the very first block of the Bitcoin network, a block now famously known as the Genesis block. Embedded within the code of this block was a hidden message, a headline from that day's edition of The Times of London. The Times 03/Jan/2009 Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. This was not a random choice. It served as a timestamp, proving the network started on or after that date, but it was also a powerful political statement. Bitcoin was born in the shadow of a global financial crisis, offering an alternative to a traditional banking system that many felt had failed them. The network was now live, but it was a quiet beginning. For the first few days, only Satoshi was running the software. Then, others started to join. The first ever Bitcoin transaction took place just 9 days after the network launched, on January 12, 2009. Satoshi Nakamoto sent 10 Bitcoins to Hal Finney, a respected cryptographer and one of the earliest believers in the project. This simple transfer was a monumental event. It proved that the system worked. It demonstrated that value could be exchanged digitally, peer-to-peer, across the globe, without permission from any authority. The digital revolution had officially begun its first quiet steps into the world. From these humble origins, a global phenomenon would grow. Satoshi Nakamoto continued to contribute to the project for about 2 years, communicating with other developers through online forums and emails. Then, in mid-2010, they handed over control of the source code repository to another prominent developer, Gavin Andresen. After that, Satoshi's communications became less frequent, and by the spring of 2011, they had disappeared entirely. To this day, Satoshi Nakamoto's true identity remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 21st century. But the creation they left behind has continued to thrive and challenge our understanding of money itself. What made Bitcoin such a groundbreaking invention? Its core innovation is decentralization. Unlike traditional currencies like the US dollar or the euro, which are issued and controlled by central banks and governments, Bitcoin has no central authority. There is no CEO, no main office, and no single administrator. Instead, it is run by a global network of thousands of computers, all following the same set of rules or protocol. This network is open to anyone. You can participate by running the software on your own computer, becoming a part of the system that validates and secures all transactions. This design makes Bitcoin censorship resistant. No single entity can stop a transaction or freeze your funds. This decentralized network is built on a technology called the blockchain. You can think of the blockchain as a public ledger or a giant shared accounting book. Every single transaction that has ever occurred on the Bitcoin network is recorded in this ledger. This ledger is not stored in one place. Instead, a copy is distributed across all the computers in the network. Every 10 minutes, a new block of recent transactions is added to the chain, creating a permanent and unchangeable record. This transparency means that anyone can verify transactions, but the privacy of users is protected through the use of pseudonymous addresses, which are long strings of letters and numbers. The genius of Bitcoin's design lies in how it solved the double spending problem. With a digital file, like a photo or a document, you can easily make infinite copies. If digital money worked the same way, you could spend the same digital coin over and over again. Bitcoin prevents this through a process called mining. Special participants in the network, known as miners, compete to solve a complex mathematical puzzle. The first one to solve it gets to add the next block of transactions to the blockchain. As a reward for their work, they receive newly created bitcoins. This process not only secures the network, but also provides a clever way to introduce new currency into the system in a predictable manner. Ultimately, Bitcoin represents a fundamental shift from a system of trust in institutions to a system of trust in mathematics and code. When you use a bank, you are trusting that the bank will keep your money safe and process your transactions correctly. With Bitcoin, you don't need to trust any single person or company. You are trusting the open source code and the laws of cryptography that underpin the network. It is a peer-to-peer system where you are your own bank. This gives individuals unprecedented control and sovereignty over their own wealth. a powerful concept that had never been realized in a practical way before. For those new to the world of digital currencies, the process of acquiring your first Bitcoin might seem complex, but it has become remarkably straightforward. The most common gateway is a cryptocurrency exchange. These are online platforms that function like a digital marketplace where you can buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrencies for traditional money, like dollars or euros, or for other digital assets. Popular exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, or Binance have built user-friendly interfaces that guide you through every step, making the process accessible even for beginners. The first step is always to choose a reputable exchange that operates in your country and has a strong track record of security. Once you have selected an exchange, you will need to create an account. This process is similar to opening a new bank account. Due to global regulations designed to prevent financial crime, most exchanges require you to verify your identity. This is known as the Know Your Customer or KYC process. You will typically be asked to provide your full name, address, date of birth, and a government-issued photo ID, such as a passport or driver's license. Some platforms may also ask for a selfie of you holding your ID to confirm you are who you say you are. While this may seem intrusive, it is a crucial security measure that helps protect both the user and the platform. After your identity has been successfully verified, the next step is to fund your account. Exchanges offer various methods for depositing traditional currency. The most common options include media group, person linking bank account on a financial app, close-up of hand entering bank details on a website, added stock at a distribute_equally, linking your bank account for direct transfers, using a debit or credit card, or initiating a wire transfer. Debit card purchases are often the fastest way to get started, though they may come with slightly higher fees. Bank transfers might take a few business days to clear, but usually have lower fees. Once your deposit arrives in your exchange account, you will have a cash balance ready to be used for purchasing cryptocurrency. With your account funded, you are now ready to make your first trade. On the exchange's trading platform, you will see a list of available cryptocurrencies. To buy Bitcoin, you would simply select the BTC to USD pair, or whichever pair corresponds to your local currency, enter the amount you wish to purchase, and confirm the transaction. The exchange will execute the trade at the current market price, and the purchased Bitcoin will appear in your exchange wallet almost instantly. The process for selling is just as simple. You select the amount of Bitcoin you want to sell, and the platform converts it back into traditional currency, which you can then hold in your account or withdraw back to your bank. While Bitcoin was the pioneer that started it all, its success inspired the creation of thousands of other digital currencies, often referred to as altcoins. One of the most significant is Ethereum. Launched in 2015, Ethereum is more than just a digital currency. It is a decentralized global computer. Its key innovation is smart contracts, which are self-executing contracts with the terms of the agreement written directly into code. This functionality allows developers to build decentralized applications, or dApps, on the Ethereum blockchain for everything from finance to gaming. Its native currency, Ether, is used to power these operations, acting as gas for the network. Another well-known digital currency is Litecoin, which was created in 2011 by a former Google engineer named Charlie Lee. Litecoin is often described as the silver to Bitcoin's gold. It was created using a modified version of Bitcoin's code, with a few key differences. Its primary goals were to be faster and cheaper for transactions. Litecoin produces new blocks every 2.5 minutes, compared to Bitcoin's 10 minutes, allowing for quicker confirmation times. It also has a larger total supply of 84 million coins, compared to Bitcoin's 21 million. These characteristics have made it a popular choice for smaller, everyday payments. The value proposition of these digital currencies stems from a shared set of powerful characteristics. Their decentralized nature means they are not controlled by any single government or bank, making them resistant to censorship and manipulation. They are secured by powerful cryptography, making them incredibly difficult to counterfeit or compromise. Digital currencies are also borderless, allowing for value to be transferred anywhere in the world in minutes, without the lengthy delays or high fees often associated with international bank wires. For many, this combination of security, speed, and low cost represents a superior way to move money in an increasingly digital and globalized world. Amidst this expanding universe of digital assets, Bitcoin retains its unique and dominant position. It is often referred to as digital gold because it is primarily seen as a store of value. an asset for saving and preserving wealth over the long term. This status is built on its unmatched security, its first-mover advantage, and most importantly, its absolute scarcity. There will only ever be 21 million bitcoins created, a supply cap that is hard-coded into its protocol. This predictable and finite supply makes it a powerful hedge against the inflation that can devalue traditional currencies. Bitcoin's journey has not only created a new asset class, but has forced a global conversation about the very nature of money, a conversation that is only just beginning.